Hello and welcome to the Lady Boss webinar about how to start your business in 2017 and without quitting your job. Now, hi, I'm Jess. I know you can see me. What we might do before we start is do a quick sound check. So if you can pop on the right-hand side there, you'll see a chat box. You pop in if you can hear me and see me, or see the screen at the very least. You won't be seeing me the whole time. I promise I won't do that to you. If you could pop in where you're from and say good day, that would be great before we get started. So we've got a few minutes yet to get started. And it does look like we've got a few things coming through. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I very much appreciate it. That's great. It's great to have you here. Fabulous. We've only got a couple more minutes. We will just wait. I hope you're all excited about 2017. I certainly am. This year has been amazing, and next year will be even more so. And if you don't think it's been amazing, well, just you wait until 2017. So much excitement ahead. I'm not sure if you know, it depends if you're a little bit into the numerology side of things, but this year is a year where things are ending, and so it's really great to be starting something new in 2017. So good on you for taking action and being here with me now. Okay, I'm going to put me away because it does look like you can all hear and see me, and because I don't want to be able to see me while we do this. So great to have you here. Let's get started. So welcome to the Lady Boss webinar. Today we're going to talk about how to start your business in 2017 without quitting your job. So you're going to discover how you can create a business you're passionate about without having to leave the safety net of employment until you're ready. How exciting is that? Thank you so much for taking the time to spend this with me this evening. I really value your time, and I value that you're spending the time with me, so I promise that I'm going to give you some value while you're here. Now, let me tell you, I was just like you. I was in a good job and I was successful. I was employed for my creativity, my passion, and good ideas, and then I got this sentence: this is how we've always done it. And if it is sending chills up your spine, then you are in the right place. Then I decided, once I really found out how to make this stuff pump, is that I wanted to help lady bosses escape that trap and live the life they want. On the bottom left there, that is me only a few weeks ago in Bali. I was with one of my clients who you'll hear about later on, where we took ourselves out of our normal environment to go and do some brainstorming and came up with a $500,000 idea that we've since implemented. So how about that? How about being able to travel and make money at the same time? If that sounds exciting, then you are in the right place and you should stay to the end. And why should you stay to the end? Because today I'll be giving you a step-by-step guide to create your business. I'll show you how to do it without burning out, even while you're working full-time. I'll show you how to create the lifestyle that you want. And as a special bonus, if you stick around, I'll give you an idea worksheet. And now this idea worksheet, it is impossible not to come out with an idea that you love at the very end. So do stick around at the end so that you can get those worksheets. Now I want to let you know that I discovered this the hard way. You get the shortcut, the easy and stress-free way. What does the hard way look like? This. It looks like giant coffees, bad skin, and if you could see behind those glasses, very, very tired eyes. There was lots of long nights while I was working full-time and trying to crack the business keys. There was a lot of money on learning experiences, which I don't call them failures, because everything that didn't quite work ended up being a learning experience. There were ups and downs, there were pivots, there was stress. And I really had no self-worth as a business person, because I thought, why me? Why should I be able to do this? The thing is that we should all be able to do this. And I had no support network. However, I want to give you the easy way that does not require you to waste any more time, money, energy, and stress out. Does that sound good? If it does, I want to hear a hell yeah in the side there. Type it in, ladies. I want to hear from you before we continue. Does it sound good? I thought so. Let's have a look. What are the 5 pillars to getting started? They are: how to find your awesome business idea. Let's get started with an idea. The business models you can use while you're still an employee. The steps to getting started. How to do more than you've ever done with less stress. Yes, I promise. And how to stay on track when life gets in the way, because it can every now and then. Does that sound good? If so, let us go. Pillar 1, how to find your awesome business idea. I hope you can't see the Facebook notification that's just come up. Okay, how to find your awesome business idea. You solve practical problems. What does that mean? Anything that gets you frustrated on a day-to-day basis, something that's like it seems so simple to you, there is an idea. For example, Uber is one of those problems, right? So it used to be hard to get a cab. You'd have to go wait in line, you'd have to maybe get ripped off, all of those things that were hated about getting cabs. They solved a practical problem. They allowed the car to come to you. How simple is that? Yes, it's a huge idea now, but back in the day, it was simply solving a practical problem. What bugs you? If something bugs you, right there is the seed to an awesome business idea. If something really annoys you, think about how it could be better. How could it be less frustrating? It's that sort of thing, that bugging. I think they call, how they say laziness is the mother of all invention. So is frustration. So have a think about the things that really frustrate you and see how could that be something that you could create a business idea of. How could you fix that frustration? And if it would fix the frustration for you, how could it fix it for other people? Another thing you can look at is what industry or product has lacked innovation. Richard Branson is the perfect example of this. He goes into any industry that hasn't innovated in a long time, shakes it up, usually wins, there's been a few though where he hasn't, and then moves on to the next one. So, for example, for me, this has been what bugged me, and it's also an industry that has lacked innovation. Recently, I decided that I wanted to live near the beach, so I rented out the house that I owned to move down to the beach. And that rental process was so freaking difficult and frustrating. I seriously was thinking that maybe I'm just going to have to buy something, because it's a process that hasn't changed, I'm sure, in about 30 years. I remember I was coming home and I was like, there's got to be a better idea for this. There's got to be a better way. And I came home and bought the domain noagentrentals.com. I had not done anything with it, but surely there is a way to match people who want to rent their house out with people who want to rent a house, who are good people. I'm a good person, and it was like being treated as a third-class citizen when doing rental applications. So what industry or product has lacked innovation? If No Agent Rental sounds like something that you would be interested in, come talk to me. I've got a domain. But not really something that I will be going down the path of. The other way you can find an awesome business idea is to search for diversity. What does that mean? It means going out of the way of what you do normally. So taking a different route to work, going to a different coffee shop, having a different conversation with someone that you would normally have a conversation with. Talk about something else. Stop talking about people and start talking about ideas. Those conversations and those differences will switch your brain over from that logical, mundane, day in, day out stuff that's happening now into creativity. You're a creative person or you wouldn't be here. It's in there. That awesome business idea is in there. It's just waiting for you. It's like tapping you on the head, waiting for you to listen. So what can you do right now? You can play these two games. So mix and match, and it's literally a game. You need to take a friend into a supermarket or like a Safeway or a Walmart or a Kmart or a Target. You need to go in, and the pair of you need to go off in two completely different directions and grab anything, anything, and come back and put them together and see if there's a product. So for example, let's say Barbie, and then your friend goes into the beauty area and gets lipstick. And together you put them together. Barbie lipstick, is that a thing? Could it be a thing? And now that's just come off the top of my head. I think that could be a thing. I reckon you could sell Barbie lipsticks, right? Kids would buy that. Well, parents would buy that for their kids. So Barbie lipstick, boom. Or you could go and get chocolate, and you could get toothbrushes. Probably not a thing. I don't think dentists would be saying chocolate toothbrushes will be a thing from now. So it's simply that easy of just going through and finding two different things, mixing and matching and seeing if you've got an idea. Have you got a product? The other way you can do it, of course, is brainstorming. So as I said, Sharon and I, who you'll find out about later, took ourselves out of our normal comfort zone and started brainstorming on ideas, and we came up with some good stuff. It's that diversity thing, right? Getting out of your normal comfort zone. So what would you pay for if it was available? Or what do your friends want but can't find? Surely they're talking about something. What could you do better or differently than existing organisations? Think about your current workplace. you would either A, within your workplace, or B, with people that you work with, so other suppliers, surely you get frustrated about things that happen on a daily basis and think that you could do them better. Is there an idea in there? Are your hobbies worth anything to anyone else? For example, I'm a ballroom dancer. I could, like most ballroom dancers, become a teacher. Cool, except time equals money, which is totally not my thing. And so that wasn't for me. However, I have joined up with a couple of other ballroom dancing teachers and created an online dance platform where people can join and learn to dance online. It's never been done before, but it's putting like a bit of mix and match and a bit of brainstorming. So putting two things together and innovating and creating a new product. So is there something that you do that would be worth something to someone else that you could maybe tweak a little bit and come up with an idea? Now, as I mentioned, if you do stay to the end, you get that ideas worksheet. So that has these in it, and it also has a whole bunch of other things that you can do to come up with an idea. I promise you'll come up with an idea that you love. Pillar number 2, business models you can use as an employee. Here's a quick little disclaimer. Please check your contracts for any moonlighting clauses. I have been there and it is slightly painful. Would I do it again? Possibly. It was a massive lesson. So do check that you will, you don't have a moonlighting clause in your contract, or if it is, if you can get out of it. Or there's always the asking for forgiveness versus asking for permission. But I didn't tell you to do that. Here's my disclaimer. Everything that you do, please check your contracts. Now, with that out of the way, boring. Online membership. It's super easy to automate, but some time is required. What is it? It is an online group, if you will, or an online club, I suppose, where there's a particular topic, and within that they pay like a monthly fee or a weekly fee to be part of that membership. And within inside that, there might be things like forums where people can talk to each other, courses, information. If it was, say, so there's a client that loved crochet, so she created a crochet membership, and so within there, you know, there's some patterns and that sort of thing, like recipes. There's so many different things that you could create an online membership for. So that is one of them. And like the hobby thing before, so your hobby, could you turn your hobby into an online membership? Like if you play an instrument, or if you cooking, like anything can be an online membership. So have a think about that. That's one option. Or an online course. So an online course is a bit less, it's a bit more finite than an online membership. So it's sort of like something that goes from A to B, or A to Z as they say. So it's got particular steps in it. You learn something, you pay for it up front, you learn it, and then you're finished and it's done. An online course can be fully automated once you've got it all up. So that is from basically from when someone sees your ad right through when they finish the course. You can automate the whole thing and get that whole utopia of income that is passive, which, I'm not going to lie, there is going to be work involved. There's no such thing as totally passive income, but it can be really automated and can be quite easy and super flexible for online courses. So you've got your online membership and online course. The other thing you can do is outsource your own services. So there are places like Upwork and Fiverr, which we will talk about again later on as well, where you could sell your services. You can either sell them by hours or you could sell them by projects. So I do have a client whose husband decided he wanted to get out of his job and start being a writer. He was writing a lot, he loved it. So he decided to put his work up on Upwork and see what he could come up with. He had to start putting his prices up. He did some where he was doing them 5 times more expensive than he would normally do because he was just so overwhelmed with work. And people still said yes. So he's been able to now become a full-time writer, absolutely love it. And purely the only advertising he's doing, and he wouldn't even call it advertising, he's just applying for jobs. Or now, because he's got such a good rating, people are coming to him, is on Upwork. So no matter what you do, you could really do anything. It's not about writing anything online. If you can do it online, then you can put your services up on Upwork. So admin, sales, marketing, accounting, anything at all, you can put it up online through Upwork.com. You can do it online as long as you can, literally do it online. So if you're a plumber, it's going to be a little bit harder on Upwork.com. So what can you do right now? You can go and check out Upwork.com. Go and have a look. You can go and have a look and see what jobs are being posted up there and see maybe if there's something that you could do. It's worth having a good look around and seeing maybe how much money you could get for something that you could do. The other thing you could do was research online memberships versus courses. They're a little bit similar, but then they also have a lot of differences. I put a blog post up, jessicagwynn.com/online courses versus online memberships. As you can see there, I'll give you some time to write that down, so do that now. On there, I talk about the differences between memberships versus courses and the pros and cons of each. And really, it's up to you when you look at it and see which one you think you would prefer to do. The biggest benefit of online memberships is that it's an ongoing income. For me, that is what I like. So you're not starting at $0 every month. So you've got a sort of, not guaranteed because people will often pull out, but you've got, some income coming in at the start of every month. Versus a course, as I said before, it's super automated. So nearly as soon as you start, you can pretty much make it hands off, which is really great when you're working full time. So hopefully you've written down that, that blog post for you to have a look at that. So I want to talk to you about a successful lady boss who has been working with me, and that's this beautiful lady, Sharon. When I met her, it was only a year ago, which I just can't even believe. She had an online course using MailChimp and PDF and was only selling here in Australia, which is a great place to start. So online courses, it's super easy to do the MailChimp and PDF thing. She was earning her income mainly from one-on-one sessions, so time equals money, which I'm totally not about, which I've already mentioned twice. And she was hoping to get sales up to 80 or so per course every 3 months. That's what she was hoping for. With working with me, this is what she says now. In my time with Jess, I have gone from having a PDF e-course to launching a web application next month with apps to follow. She has pushed me to get better every day, and now I do only the things I love, helping as many people as possible. I laugh at how much I've done in 1 year, and yet it doesn't seem like work at all. I wrote, edited, and published Rich, Thin and Happy, and with Jess by my side, it is an Amazon bestseller. Still a side note, very exciting. We got it above Eat, Pray, Love. Anyway, having someone to bounce ideas off and help me create the how. I've got so many ideas and passions. Jess grounds me to create the plan and implement it. Now, if you haven't listened to Simon Sinek's Start With Why, that last sentence might not make a lot of sense to you. He talks about how there's two people in the world, why people and how people, and how those two work together to make big change and big ideas, and just, they're successful. A why person has the huge ideas, the big passion for why they do things. So Sharon's passion is helping as many people in the world as possible, both first world and third world, with self-responsibility, drinking less, all of these things. That's what New You is, drink less, and New Bloom is self-responsibility. So helping people for those things. But she got stuck with how to do it. And she was with a MailChimp and a PDF and didn't know how she could get from that to where we are now with a web application and apps coming out. So my thing is, my why is helping you create a business that you love, because I love it so much. I just want to share that with so many people, and being able to travel and do all the things. But I don't have a huge vision. Like I don't know how. I don't know. I do know. I don't know why. Like I just don't have a vision on how I could change the world. But give me a vision and I can tell you how to make those steps happen to get from A to B. So that's why Sharon says that I've created her Get the How. So moving on, let's look at number 3, the steps to getting started. So the first thing you need to do is test a really small market to see if your product sells. So looking at your idea and picking your business model, you need to test a market and see if it's something that would actually buy. And we'll have a look at how to do that. You'll then need to get your product to about 80% ready. So if your product says, yep, we tested the market, it's going to sell, then you start getting your product ready. So your online course, your online membership, or whatever it is that you want to sell, get it to about 80% ready. If you get to 100, you've wasted time, you've gone too far. At 80% ready, you start selling, and the last 20% will come together because it has to. When you're 80% ready, that's when you start your marketing system. Note that I'm saying not a strategy. The strategy is really the why, whereas the marketing system is the how. It's how you get someone from not knowing your company exists and stepping them through every bit of the way into purchasing your product. So you need to have a system, not a strategy. Then you launch, and then you refine. The beauty of online products and online selling is that you can constantly refine your offer, and you can see where what's happening. You can see where people are coming from, you can see where they're buying, you can see where they're getting lost on a page. Like, every single thing is trackable, and this is where my nerd comes out. I love that you can track everything. So A/B testing, where you test one headline or something against another, all of that stuff is trackable. So as soon as you launch, you start tracking, and then you refine and you refine and you refine. And do you refine until you're making money? No. You refine past that until you're getting better and better and better and better and better until you can get no better, and then you kind of start again on another product because, well, that's kind of what I like to do. You might not. You might be happy with that, but I just love the nerdiness, I suppose. So how do we start? Talk to your target market. Find out if it's a product they want. And when I say target market, I mean the people who are your best mates, the people who, if you could sell to every single day, you would sell to them. You need to know who they are when you're creating a product, who is the person who's going to buy it, and then go and find out if it's a product they want. You can do that by talking to them, but let me give you a little tip. They will tell you they will buy something, but they might not actually buy it. So how do we get around that? We do it scientifically. We run a small Google AdWords or Facebook ads test to a test sales page. If you've read the 4-Hour Work Week, this is what Tim Ferriss does. It's his sort of theory, if you will. So you do the small sales page, you do the benefits to the customer, and then you pop on a button to see if they purchase. If they press the button, then you know that they would buy. However, if they press the button, it doesn't actually go through to anything. It will just say, it'll fail. Basically, either it'll say webpage doesn't exist, or the way we did it recently with a product with Sharon was to run it through so they look like they're entering all their details and doing all the things, and when it came up, it said that the memberships had closed because they were exhausted, and we would email them when they opened up again. So we didn't lose any details from people, so we were able to go back to them when we were live, and we could test that, yes, it was something that would make money, so we would do it. So that's a really scientific way. It's a really good way to tell if your product will sell or not. So that's what you can do right now. So with all of this in mind, the fact that you're about to start a business and you're working full time, how do you do it all with less stress? Now, we already talked about Upwork.com, but before we talk about it again, I want to ask you, how much is your time worth? You'll know specifically from your job how much your time is worth to your employer. Also, how much is it worth to you? You really need to think about how much you would like to earn, and if you're doing anything that's worth less than that, then you are really wasting your time. So how much is your time worth to you? Your focus should then be on all the activities that bring in money. So while you're employed, yes, you need to be focused on that because you are bringing in money. However, everything inside your business, if it doesn't bring in money, it is a waste of your time. Invoicing, for example, yes, it's sort of specifically getting money, like figuratively getting money into your account. However, the sale is done. You don't need to be doing the invoicing. Your bookkeeper needs to be doing that. You need to be out talking to someone else and making another sale. Or, as I say, refining things online, doing your marketing, making sure that anything that is happening that's bringing in money is where your focus should be. You then outsource anything that costs less than your time is worth. Or you don't like it and it doesn't relate to money making. If it does relate to money making and you don't like it, then we need to talk about that. Or you can't do it. I read a book recently and I can't think of what the book was or who it was written by, but it was talking about this guy, sort of, you know, a C-level guy who bought a printer and he didn't want to pay the people the couple $100 in which to install it. So it's like, oh, one Saturday I'll do it. He spent 5 hours trying to install his printer and ended up asking the neighbour next door, the 16-year-old boy, to install it for him and paid him $100. When the author spoke to him about it, he goes, how much is your time worth? He'd basically spent $1,000 putting this printer together to save $100. So that is really something that I need you to keep in your mind. To do this, to do more with less stress, you need to outsource anything that costs less than your time is worth. Got it? How do you do it? We go back onto Upwork.com, right? So anything online, even your bookkeeping. I mean, Upwork has bookkeepers on there who are Australian certified who are so much cheaper than an Australian bookkeeper here, or they are, personal assistant or virtual assistant as they call them online, who can check your emails and do research and send out emails for you, like so many things that a virtual assistant can do. You could go onto airtasker.com. Airtasker.com is for people who are physically in your area, so need to do physical things in your house. So cleaning, plumbing, handyman, gardening, all of that sort of thing is airtasker.com. And then Fiverr.com for just about anything you could possibly imagine. You can purchase for $5. Well, it's not really $5 anymore, but it was when it first existed online. So it's really good for just dipping your toe in the water and having a look. Basically, you can pay anyone to do anything on Fiverr.com for you, and I mean that literally. Can I just say on a personal note that it took me a really long time to start valuing my time. If I had done this 5 years ago, I would be so much further along than I am now. I've really started to do it in the last 12 months, and my business has gone from strength to strength to strength because I started to value what I can do, to value my time, and also to value what I like to do. So it's really important that you really take this on board. Now, the sort of watershed moment for me was bringing on a cleaner. It seemed frivolous and extravagant to get a cleaner. That's what I always thought. And I literally spend $50 a fortnight on a cleaner, and I cannot tell you how it makes my life easier, how it makes it better, and how it was really the moment that I decided that my time was worth more than what I was giving it. I hated cleaning. I would do it just as little as possible, as least as possible, just enough to get by and not be thought of as being unclean, because that's, that's not me. However, there is nothing like coming home after the cleaner has been and cleaned the sheets and done all the floors, and just that, that clean smell that you walk into. For $50 a fortnight, it is the best $50 I spend. So if you are earning in your work more than $50 an hour and you are cleaning your house and you hate it, what are you doing? This is the time that you need to decide that you value your time. And if you do, jump onto airtasker.com and get yourself a cleaner. I promise you it will change your life. But let's have a look at something way more fun after that very in-depth conversation about getting a cleaner. Here is Kimberly. Kimberly is a mum of a 2-year-old, sorry. She went back to work in HR because she was not passionate about it but needed the money. She hated being away from her daughter. Her husband, who I talked about earlier, took the leap into self-employment, but she lacked the confidence in her abilities to do it. She tried a clothing line but didn't have the passion for it, and had her passion was lying in social media and marketing. This is what she says now. Jess's confidence in me was contagious. With her encouragement, I took a step into the field I was passionate about in a part-time role that was super flexible. I was able to work from home with my baby girl, and I loved it. With a friendly shove from Jess, I went out on my own and have never looked back. Clients seemed to appear from nowhere using the strategies Jess showed me. My husband and I have now joined forces with both of our skills, and most excitingly, we're taking our little family traveling next year to the US. We've got clients there on a 3-month working holiday. I would never have thought that was possible just 12 months ago. So I was at a conference recently with JT Fox, and one thing he said really stuck with me because I see it every single day, is that the thing that holds women back most in business is a lack of confidence, and the thing that harms men so much in business is an overabundance of confidence. So it's such a fine line. Kimberly there is with her brand new Mini, which only bought maybe a month ago now. She hated the car that she had, and I'm so excited. Look how happy she is that she was able to do that and go traveling. So they really took on board this ability to not sell your time for money and to be able to be mobile when you're working. So yeah, get very excited about Kimberly. It's very exciting for them. So the question is then, how do you stay on track when life gets in the way? Because it can be really challenging. You need to set realistic deadlines and stick to them. And the reason I say realistic is if you set unrealistic deadlines and you miss one, you'll start to get frustrated. And then if you miss a second one, you'll get even more frustrated and more frustrated and more frustrated until you decide that it's all too hard and you stop altogether. And then that is really the most upsetting thing for me, is people who start and then stop, because there's just so much to be gained from making the transition into being a lady boss. Once you've set your realistic deadlines, you then tell them to someone who will keep you accountable. So I'm going to put in a little disclaimer here about who you talk to. What you're about to embark on is sort of the 1%, right? People don't like to get out of their comfort zone. The fact you took action today tells me that you are ready. You are ready to get out of your comfort zone and do something to make your life the way that you want it to be. So pick the people that you tell. The people who are scared will probably be slightly naysayery. They'll tell you that you'll fail, that it's never going to work, that you don't have the skills, and blah, 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 blah. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. So be careful. Pick the people that you think will support you. Some might surprise you, but that's okay. Tell them your deadlines and ask them to keep you accountable, and then have regular check-ins with them. So think maybe it could be your partner and say, every Monday every Monday I want to have a coffee with you in the morning and tell you what I'm going to do this week. And every Saturday we're going to go out for breakfast and chat about it and see what I achieved and what I didn't and where I could get better. The other thing you could do is join a network of like-minded individuals. Now, Tony Robbins says that you become the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that right now. Think about the 5 people you spend most time with. My guess is that they're people who are at your work. You spend 40 hours a week at work, generally, probably more, and you become quite good friends with those people because you do spend so much time with them. How have you changed in your current job because of these 5 people? Excuse me. Now have a think about where you want to go, and have a think about the 5 people you'll need to spend time with to get there. It's joining a network of these people that will get you to where you want to be. How do you do that? There's so many ways to do that. So let's have a look. You find a group of these people and then you join them. So Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, it's super easy. I've got a Facebook group that's free. If you go to joinladyboss.com, it will link you across to the Facebook group. Jump on in. It's full of women who are starting their own business or have started their own business and are just looking for accountability, looking for help, looking to help each other out, looking for a chat, just generally having a good time. It's great. It's really, really great if you are ready and you're committed and you're starting to do things like on Monday, we talk about what we're going to achieve that week. On Tuesday, we talk about the things we need to do to get there. On Wednesday, we ask for help. On Thursday, we create bonuses. And on Friday, we basically celebrate everything we achieved that week. It's awesome if you are ready to take action, and it's free. So join ladyboss.com. There's LinkedIn groups as well. I must admit, if I haven't been on LinkedIn in a while, I tend to use Facebook now. However, I do know when I was employed, it was really easy to be on LinkedIn for the day. So you'll probably find on LinkedIn that there's a group of people who are similar to you that you can jump on and be on at work. Not that I told you to do that. If you've got a hobby, I would recommend jumping in a group of those. Or if you've got a group and you know who your target market is, jump into their group. The best thing you can do in there is talk to them, find out what their pain points are, find out what they need, start listening to their language, because then you can use it right back at them, which we talk about later in target markets. But joining groups to talk to other people and getting you out of your comfort zone is the perfect thing you can do to stay on track. Create a long-term, that's 12 months plan with milestones. There is no such thing as a 5-year plan anymore. I actually used to hate, even when I was being employed, what do you want to be in 5? Where do you want to be in 5 years' time? I cannot answer that question. And how can we, in this day and age, what we know now to what we're going to know in 5 years' time versus what we knew 5 years ago is so unfathomable. So create a long-term plan. So that is, where do you want to be in 12 months' time in your business? Where do you want to be in 6 months' time? Where do you need to be in 3 months' time to make sure that you can start doing those things? So create that 12-month plan and have the milestones and check them off as you go. The other thing you can do is tell people about it so they keep you accountable. Remember before about my disclaimer about who you tell, but the more people you tell, the more cash I get, more, what's that word? The more involved that people get into it, the more you feel like you need to get into it. So tell as many people as you think will be supportive of you. The other thing that happens when you tell people about it is that diversity thing I talked about earlier. You'll have different conversations with people and you'll discover things about them which you never knew that will become really handy for you. So the more people that you can tell who will be supportive, the better, and then those people can keep you accountable. So let me ask you a question. If I had a way for you to do this, the easy way, so that you could have the lifestyle that you wanted, spend more time with your family, travel more, all of those sorts of things. If there was an easy way, would you like to hear about it? Type yes. I will not go any further unless you do want to hear about it. So type yes on the right there if you do. And if you don't, that's okay. I'm so glad that I'm getting yeses because this is where my passion lies. Yes, you want to hear about it? Okay, let's do it. Here is what you're going to get today. It's the Be a Lady Boss Mastermind. That's 1787 real world value. Sounds great, Jess. What is it? Good question. It is an initial one-on-one strategy session with me. So that's 2 hours with you and me, just going through where you're at now, where you want to go, and how we're going to get there. The other thing is weekly accountability and coaching group calls. So on those calls, we talk about well, first of all, we celebrate, because that's exactly what you should start with every time. We celebrate what you've achieved. We talk about any issues that you might have come up and need some solving on, because the thing is that if you're having an issue with something, most likely someone else is too. We find it all the time. So we have that coaching, and then we set our tasks for the next week. So then we can set up for next week to celebrate. The other thing you get is the private Facebook group. So this is for Be a Lady Boss Mastermind members only. So that one I mentioned before, joinladyboss.com, is a free group and anyone can go in there. However, this one is just for this group and it will really be limited only ever to 10 people. So 10 people will be in this group. What it means is that we create a community of that like-minded individuals, right? So we're all moving along our businesses and getting further to our goals and closer to where we want to be all at the same time. So you will be part of that group. You'll also get me available by email all the time. So I can answer questions for you, I can strategize with you, I can help you with systems and processes. I have so much knowledge in this brain of mine and I want to impart it to you. All you need to do is ask the question. I have a saying up on my board, which is the opposite of confusion is ask. So that is why I'm available at all times, so there's no confusion. Throughout the mastermind, so this is the process that we work through. We look at creating your idea. We then test it and make sure that it works. We then create marketing systems that work, and then we launch that bad boy. And after we launch it, we grow it. So as you grow too, we create business systems that will grow with you. So what you do when you're earning $100 a month is very different to what you do when you're earning $100,000 a month. So you make sure that those systems will grow with you. Now, this one is, I think, the most important thing that we do, and that's mindset mastery. We look at where you're getting in the way of yourself, because if your mind is not in the right place, your business will not be. So it's super important that we look at where your mindset is and make sure that you're the master of it, because if you do that, you will be successful. We also offer support and accountability every step of the way, but you knew that. So here's what you get: the Be a Lady Boss Mastermind, the one-on-one strategy session with me, and the private Be a Lady Boss group. Our ladyhood, as I like to call it, better than a sisterhood. That's a total value of $3,634. However, I want to give you a bonus because you're here with me today, and that is only for the first 8 women, and it's an additional one-on-one coaching session with me. So that's worth $800 because that's how much an hour of my time is worth. In this extra one-on-one coaching session, we'll address your major barriers to getting started and the solutions to get past them, because as you know, as I just mentioned, mindset is the most important thing. will supercharge your strategies, it will supercharge your accountability. But the thing is, you can also choose when you want to have it. You can have it now to get started faster, or you can have it in the future when you wanted to overcome a situation or something similar. So it's totally up to you when you want to use the extra one-on-one coaching session. Now, I mentioned before about target markets and how super important they are. So this other fast action bonus, so for the first 5 women only, will get the target market strategy guide worth $197. So in this strategy guide, you get clear on what your business brand is. You work out who those best mates are, the ones who you want to sell to every single day. You then understand your top 2 markets intimately. You learn their language, you learn where they hang out so you can talk to them and so that you can sell to them. If you know these things, it makes selling a breeze. So getting really clear on your target market is so important that this bonus is awesome. It's actually worth so much more than the $197 in what it will bring back to you. So these are all the things that you'll get today. Excuse me. A Be a Lady Boss Mastermind. You'll be part of that. You'll have the 2-hour one-on-one strategy session with me. You'll be part of the private Lady Boss group, which is just us, just the 10 of us. You'll get an extra one-on-one coaching session with me and a target market strategy guide if you're one of those first 5, and that's for $4,631. So you can see that at $2,500 a month for the general public, it's a really good deal. But I'm so proud of you for taking action that I wanted to give you a special deal for being here with me right now. And that is $998 a month. So jump on over to jessicaquinn.com/mastermind and be one of those first 5 to get those fast action bonuses. Now this will close on Monday. It will close on Monday, or it will close when we reach the 10 students, because as I said, it will only ever be 10 students. It'll shut for 3 months, and then anyone who leaves us will bring in some newbies. But the thing is, it becomes such a tight-knit group that any more than that, there's too many. I want you to make sure that you get the most out of it and whatsoever, so we keep it at the 10. These will seriously become like your 10 power people. So let me ask you, if all this did for you was help you live a happier and more fulfilling life, would it be worth it? Would it be worth it if all it did for you was to do something that you love in less time per week? Would it be worth it if all this did for you was have a lifestyle that you love? If you were able to spend more time with the people you love, would it be worth it? And if you were able to earn more than you do in your job while working less, would it be worth it? You'll notice that I talk about time a lot, and it's super important to me. I do not sell my time for money. I value my time so highly, as you see, because it's the only thing you can never get back. You can get back money, you can get back things, but you can never get your time back. So make sure that you start valuing your time and jump onto jessicaquinn.com/mastermind so that you're no longer selling your time for money. You've got 2 options. The first is just the monthly fee, which has no lock-in contract. So if you decide within that first 3 months where we lock it in that it's not for you, then that's cool. You can leave us and there's no problems. The other option is by paying $240 a week, which is for a minimum of 12 weeks. So if you get paid weekly, it's perfect for you. So that means for that full 3 months, you'll be in with us, we'll be creating awesomeness, and then after that, you can choose to keep going or not. And I'm fairly certain that you will keep going because your business will be at least up and running by then, if not making you money already. Also, everything is backed by my 30-day guarantee, so you can join today and try the mastermind for 30 days. Connect with me in our community of Lady Bosses, our ladyhood, and if for any reason you decide that it's not for you, you just email me before day 30, show me how you've been in the sessions and that it wasn't right for you and it's not working, and you will get an instant refund. I'm not about making money off people who aren't getting a response back. So jump on to jessicaquinn.com/mastermind because I have got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Let me tell you a tale of 2 women. There are the type of women who take all the information and then decide that they know a better way. Or there's the people that we love to work with, and that's the people who decide that they want to take action. They want to take action immediately, and they want people to help them because they know that working in a group is faster than working on their own. Can I just say that I am nothing special? It literally took me 6 years to do a 3-year degree, and that's because I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Turns out now what I do, I don't necessarily need my degree, but hey, I've got it. I love travel, but never found the time or money to do it. I had good jobs and was often promoted, but felt trapped after a little while due to the lack of creativity. I failed in business on a number of occasions and came to the last dollar in my bank account just a few times. I learned it all the hard way. But now I really want you to join the thousands of lady bosses worldwide who are creating their own lifestyle. Why do it the hard way when you can do it the easy way? You now have 2 choices. Option 1, you can do this on your own, spend thousands of dollars, time and energy, and maybe get it right and not take this leap of faith with us. And if you choose to do that, I 100% wish you all the very best. Or you can start with us for a small investment today compared to all the value you'll get in return and give it a shot. Because when it works, awesome. And if not, you just ask for your money back. So the real question is it worth a few minutes of your time to check this out? Go to jessicagwynn.com/mastermind. So what do? You go to that, jessicagwynn.com/mastermind. This is what it looks like. You choose one of the 2 payment options, whichever works best for you, and then you can book into your 2-hour strategy session. Now, because I'm a person who works even though it doesn't feel like work, I will be working through the Christmas break so that you can get started before 2017, because most likely you will also be on a Christmas break, so we can get you pumping before you go back to work in 2017. So you can book that 2-hour strategy session straight away. Fear not though, if you are working through the break and you do need to do it in the new year, we've got time to do that too. The next thing you can do is download the strategy worksheet and just fill that in and get started. So I am super looking forward to helping you get started, because I get so excited. I can see now, let me just check. Oh my gosh. So already we've had 3 people sign up, which is so exciting. Thank you for having your faith and putting your faith in me, because I'm so excited about getting you started and living this lifestyle that I just love. This is what I get passionate about. I'm starting to cry. You learn that about me. I get really teary. I get so excited that I get really teary. Just remember that in the end, we only regret the chances that we didn't take. So come and join me at jessicagwynn.com/mastermind. I super want to help you to get into this awesome lifestyle and start living a life that you absolutely love. Thank you again for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it. As you know, I value people's time, and I really appreciate that you took the time to spend it with me today. Now remember, because you made it to the end, you will get that ideas worksheet that will be emailed to you. Thank you so much and take care.